Hi everyone, welcome. So, as part of our introduction to anatomy, let's see structural organization of the human body. So, structural organization of the human body has 6 levels. The first level is chemical level. So, chemical level is composed of atoms and molecules. So when we see the atoms, as you know it, atoms are the building blocks of matter. And the main atoms in our body are carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And these atoms, they unite to form smaller and larger molecules like water, carbon dioxide, carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids. So all these are molecules and they are formed by atoms. And molecules, they unite to form cells or cellular subunits or parts of a cell. So the second level is cellular level. So as you know it, we have trillions of cells, and cells are the building blocks of our body. They are the structural and functional units of our body. They are the smallest living things. So cells having similar function, they unite to form tissue. So the third level is tissue level. So a group of cells that have a common function and their surrounding substance or the extracellular matrix, they will form tissue. So a group of cells plus the extracellular matrix, they will form a tissue. And there are 4 basic types of tissue in our body. So we have epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle, and nervous tissue. So when we see the basic functions of these tissues, epithelial tissue, it's a covering tissue. So our body, both internally and externally, it's lined with epithelial tissue. So as you know it, our body is lined with skin, and the outer layer of skin is epithelial tissue. Internally, our GIT, our respiratory tract, reproductive, urinary tract, all of them are lined with epithelial tissue. The second type of tissue is connective tissue, and the main function of connective tissue is support and protection. Bone is an example of connective tissue. Cartilage is an example of connective tissue. Ligaments, tendons, even blood is an example of connective tissue. So their main function is support and protection. The third type of tissue is muscle tissue. And the main function of muscle tissue is movement. We have 3 types of muscle tissue. We have skeletal muscle tissue, cardiac muscle tissue, and we have smooth muscle tissue. And muscle is capable of contraction, and this contraction produces movement. So the main function of muscle tissue is movement. The last type of tissue is nervous tissue. It's composed of neurons and neuroglial cells, and it's found in brain, in spinal cord, and in the nerves. So tissues having similar function, they will form an organ. So the fourth level is organ level. So stomach is one example of an organ, liver is an organ, brain is an organ, and organs are composed of tissues. Most of the organs are composed of all 4 basic types of tissues. For example, if we take stomach consists of epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscle, and nervous tissue. So organs having a common function, they will form a system. So the 5th level is system level. For example, stomach, the intestines, esophagus, mouth, they have a common function for absorption of food, digestion and absorption. So they will form digestive system. For example, if we take heart and blood vessels, they have a common function. Their function is to distribute blood to different parts of our body. So they will form cardiovascular system. So organs having a common function, they will form a system. And there are 11 systems in our body. So the 11 systems working together, they will form the human body, or they will form the last level, which is the organismic level. So according to science, the structural organization of our body has 6 levels. There is chemical level, which is composed of atoms and molecules. And molecules, they unite to form cells or parts of a cell. So the second level is cellular level. A group of cells having similar function, they will form a tissue. So the third level is tissue level. And we have 4 basic types of tissues, and tissues having a common function, they will form an organ. And different organs having a common function, they will form a system. And we have 11 systems, and the 11 systems working together, they will form the human body. So that's all about the organization of the human body.